Hello, everybody. This is your girl, Wairimu Kimani, and let's talk about domestic abuse. Domestic abuse is happening a lot. It's on the increase. And it's not just happening to women, it's happening to men too. We have seen a lot of images of men that have endured domestic abuse. I mean, Yani, these people are getting beat up by their wives. Their wives are pouring boiling water on them. And it's on the rise. I don't know what's going on. And it is a shame that there is so much tension in marriages. We are living in times where people don't care. You argue with your husband and the next minute he wants you either crippled or dead. Now, should you stay with an abusive spouse? No. No, you should not. I don't care how saved you are. I don't care whether you're a pastor or a priest or whatever name or title you have. If your spouse is putting their hands on you and beating you up, get out. Get out. Don't wait until you're dead. Don't wait until your children are left orphaned. Because bottom line, if you get crippled or if you die, the people that will suffer the most are your children. Your husband is gonna go out there, get married or marry or whatever it is that they're gonna do. They're gonna bring in another woman who may not like your children. And then guess what? Your children will be raised by an abusive mother. God forbid that happens. You have a chance to live. You have a chance to live. I know there are so many people who will tell you, God hates divorce. It's not biblical to leave a marriage. Only death should put you asunder. My friend, I don't think God would want you dead in your marriage. I don't think God would want you dead in your marriage. Now they say that you kiss many frogs before you kiss the right one. Could it be that you kissed the wrong one? Maybe you just didn't hear from God. You just didn't hear from God. You just went ahead and got married. Maybe you just used your emotion. You used your heart and not your brain. And you got yourself into a marriage. Yeah? As much as we are saved, sometimes we don't hear from God. We move with emotions. We move with our heads and not our brains. And we end up making some very, very, very major, I wish I knew mistakes. Sasa mimi nataka kusema hivi. Domestic violence. If you are in a domestic violent marriage, get out. Get out. Whether you're a pastor or whoever you are. Don't wait until a man or a woman damages you, gives you permanent damage, permanent disability, or even eliminate you out of this world because they cannot control and contain and manage their emotions. Get out. Get out. We are not living in those days of God hates divorce. I don't think God wants you dead. God does not want you dead. And guess what? There are so many people that are married. So many people that are married, that are saved, but they are in the wrong marriages. They're in the wrong marriages. God is the one who authored and instituted marriages. Okay? And if it is from God, then it is peaceful. If it is from God, it is doable. There's no way God wants you to stay in such a place. There is no way God wants you to stay with a contentious wife. No, he does not want you to do that. Oh, what will people say? You know what? People can say whatever they want to say. Guess what? When you're killed, they will still say. They will still talk about it. Hallelujah. They're going to say anything and everything out there. If you are in this situation, we are losing gospel singers. We are losing pastors. We are losing men and women. We are losing children because of domestic violence. People are killing. They are taking out their anger on their children. Yeah? Unasikia mama amenyonga watoto. Why? Because their husband is out there cheating. Yeah? Because that's emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, which also leads to domestic violence. It leads to physical abuse. Most emotional abuse is the highway to physical abuse, my friend. So people are taking out their wrath on their children. Some others are just behaving like beasts. If you cannot live together, love is patient, love is kind, love bears each other. You cannot live in a marriage where your man or your woman is treating you like an animal and beating you up and does not care about you. I don't even know how you can sleep in the same bed with a man who beat you up last night. I don't know. Let me see, Joey. Well, why didn't you know you're more privileged than others? You know what? I'd rather sleep in a trench than go out there crippled. Than the man makes me pregnant, beats me up, makes me pregnant, and throws me out. Before you become pregnant, look for your way out. This is why I tell people, have some friends. Have friends. Have friends. Make sure you have a friend. Make sure you have somebody who can stand with you at the point of your need. Somebody who can tell you, you know what? Rara hali iko beine. Kwa sababu bwana yangu hawezi kunikubalisha nilete mwanamke mwingine. At least lala kwa ile ni ya kuku. Somebody who can keep you safe in times of trouble. Let us use our brains and leave toxic relationships before we are dead. Perhaps your destiny will be cut short. Who told you you're going to remain like that? Just because you're going through a situation in your life and you're trying to get out of an abusive relationship. You know what? Maybe when you exit, your blessing is out there. You just never know. Stop hanging on. Stop hanging on. Stop staying because of your children. Because guess what? You are creating more problems when you stay. You're creating more problems when you stay. Toka kwa hiyo ndoa, my friend. Toka kwa hiyo ndoa. Kama inakusumbua, kama unasumbuliwa, kama unachapwa, kama unachomwa na maji moto, you do not deserve to be treated like an animal. You do not deserve to be treated like what? A convict, a convicted felon. Unachapwa kama ngunia. Nowadays, even felon, what do you call it? Convicts have some rights. They have some rights. But there are people who are prisoners in their own homes and they can't even breathe. Your husband is beating you up like crazy. Ulevi nayo unakaa na mlevi na kuchapa hapo na lienda kalala huko. Some people are getting sick, diseases and all that stuff. You know what, Wairimu Kimani? I don't know. And if you have a good man, respect that man. Respect that man because people are crying out here. We are reading a lot of news of women that are getting emotionally abused, physically abused, financially abused. If you have a good man, my friend, treasure that man. Let us respect the men that God has brought in our lives. Let's show people that marriage works. Because right now, there's not a good taste out there as far as marriage is concerned. A lot of people have given up. They've given up hope in marriages because there's so many bad people out there. If you have a good man, keep him in prayer. If you have a good wife, keep her in prayer. Don't go to bed kama mmekosana, mmekasirikiana and all that stuff. Because that anger and that hate is what builds up into something else that leads into abuse. Learn to forgive each other. Learn to be patient. Learn to tolerate each other. Learn to accept each other. Learn to correct each other. Learn how to resolve conflict in marriages, and we will avoid all this crap that is going on in marriages. Get out. Get out. Don't wait until you die. Maybe this is a chance that you have. Maybe you're trying to negotiate with yourself. Do I leave? Do I stay? Do I stay? Do I leave? What am I going to do? What about the kids and all that stuff? Get out. You may not face tomorrow. Get out. Unasikia huyu mama, this nani, what's her name? Yeah? Aligongwa 2 once, and the next minute she's in a breathing whatever tube. This woman that sang a Kweme song, the vibe that is trending around, the husband kicked her on her chest, and then she was put on life support, and the next minute she's dead. Maybe it will take one kick, one blow, and the next thing, it will wipe you out of this world, and your kids will be left suffering. Leave. Leave today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until people start telling you, you know, God hates divorce and what are people going to say, all that kind. No, leave. People are going to bury you. They'd rather talk about you when you're alive than when you're dead. Leave today.